right, man. So we have an article here by Variety. It says, "Why does David Ellison want Paramount to swallow Warner Bros. Discovery whole to beat rival suitors to the punch?" So let's see something. My goodness, bro, they got 10,000 ads popping up on this thing, bro. Wouldn't it make more sense to wait until WBD splits in half to form Warner Bros., HBO Max, and Studios and Discovery Global TV Networks? A transaction CEO, David Zaslav, I always say his name badly, says it's on track to be done in April 2026. The WBD separation is designed to boost the value of its streaming studios businesses by carving off the declining TV arm. Alright, these ads are kind of crazy, bro. Paramount Skydance could make a play for the standalone Warner Bros. Without assuming the baggage, including the lion's share of the WBD debt of the entity that will house CNN, TNT, TBS, Discovery, and other nets. And through a deal for standalone Warner Bros., Paramount Skydance would get its hands on the key growth driver going forward. HBO Max, the mind reels at what a fused HBO Max Paramount Plus might be rebranded. One possibility is that a Larry Ellison-backed and M&A play for WBD has been part of Skydance strategy all along. The idea would be to consolidate media assets during a period of industry-wide instability and build a never heard of that word before. I ain't even gonna try to say it. My gosh, bro, they got like 10,000 ads popping up at once. With the streaming first focus wrapped with TV and film studios and potentially a larger linear television portfolio. Moffett Nathanson, analyst Robert Fishman wrote in a research note Thursday. And the advantage of moving now is that it could be preempt a potential bidding war for only the Warner Bros. Streaming and studios assets post-split. Fishman noted, by acting now, Paramount Skydance positions itself to secure the entire company before rivals can cherry-pick the most attractive assets. Indeed, prior to news to Paramount, Skydance is prepping a bid for WBD, which was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. Wells Fargo media analyst Stephen Cahall issued a note that pegged the future standalone Warner Bros. As an attractive M&A candidate, with Netflix the most compelling buyer and other potential suitors including Amazon, Apple, Comcast, Sony, and Paramount Skydance. Regarding the separated Warner Bros. Streaming and studio bids, Calhoun wrote, "This will be the only large IP asset for sale at a time when most studios/streamers have big aspirations." The analyst acknowledged that Netflix has not historically made any big M&A deals, but he opined a Netflix takeover of Warner Bros. Had a number of benefits, including being able to kickstart a theatrical strategy for the streamer, help it scale video games, and most importantly, provide premium content to members. Cahill calculated the value standalone Warner Bros. At around $65 billion. To be sure, any Paramount Skydance offer for Warner Bros. Discovery would face big financial and regulatory obstacles, arguably much greater than the Skydance Paramount merger. After Warner Brothers Discovery shares zoomed up 29% on potential Paramount bid, that's why the stocks went up. Because the people was in my comments the other day when we was talking about Superman. The stocks have gone up. Have you seen it? The stocks, yeah, because of this bid. WBD has a market value of $40 billion. When adding in debt minus cash and equivalents, the enterprise value of Warner Bros. Discovery is now about $71 billion, and that is far bigger price than Ellison paid to swing Skydance Paramount. We think the high debt leverage of WBD is an impediment to a high bid for WBD shares. Kenneth Leon, Director of Industry and Equity Research, said in a September 11th note. He suggested that even if Paramount Skydance wins a deal for Warner Bros. Discovery as a whole, it may be only interested in the business that will become Warner Bros. And not see meaningful value creation from the Discovery global media portfolio. Alright, I ain't gonna lie, this is a long article. We're gonna wrap this up right now. Let me go back and see. It said who the competitors were. So it says with Netflix the most compelling buyer and other potential suitors including Amazon, Apple, Comcast, Sony, and Paramount. Now, what like we talked about in the previous video, I think Walter Hamada is currently at Paramount. I believe he's at Paramount. I'm not 100% on that, but if you know Walter Hamada, he came from WB. He's the reason why Zach is no longer pretty much at WB. They chopped. It's a whole mess going over there. Okay, unless he like course corrects and he realizes the mistakes that was made at WB, then Paramount could be a good fit. But that's a big 50-50 right there. If I'm being honest, if WBD was to be acquired by somebody, first, I would definitely my first would be Netflix. And you already know the common sense reason why. First of all, Netflix does a lot of great things. Not only just, for Netflix, but Zach is also at Netflix. I am pretty sure if Netflix acquired WBD, they see the value in him finishing his story. Second, I would want Apple. Listen, Apple TV. I haven't seen one bad movie or show on that app. I haven't. Everything that I've turned on from Apple TV has been an absolute banger. I wouldn't mind seeing WBD go to Apple and see what they could do to it. I love Apple. They have some of the greatest shows that I've seen. Silo, Invasion, Foundation. There's a couple others. I ain't gonna name them all. But everything over there is great. Last but not least, I think I would go with Amazon. I don't Comcast, Sony, Paramount is like a 50-50. But I mean, that's my thoughts on it. What do you guys think about this? If it goes to Netflix, I think that's great news. I think a lot of potential could happen at Netflix with Warner Bros. Going over there. I think that would be great. I don't think it would be great just because of Zack Snyder. I think it would be great because maybe Netflix will pay attention to what people want. They would want to give the product that people want. And that's not me just talking about Zack Snyder. That's talking about everything beyond that, man. Like, just giving the people what they want and not this trash stuff. So yeah, I don't know, man. You guys let me know. What do you guys think about this article? I gotta cut it, man. I forgot to bring my water up here. My mouth dry. I've been doing like 5 videos without a drink. But yeah, man, you guys let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think it's a good idea if Paramount get it? Netflix, Apple, Comcast, Sony? You guys let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. 100,000 subscribers is grind time.